Terrifier is definitely the most messed up film I ever saw in my life. I didn't know anything about this film other than there's like a clown in it, and it's popular, and it's got a VHS release, which is pretty cool. So like I didn't know what I was getting into, but this film is fucked up. To the point where I can't even show some scenes on YouTube. It's that bad. There's like one scene with the girl that gets cut in half. It's awful. Yeah, this is kind of a grindhouse film. It's a slasher film, but it's very small in scale. But the effects are pretty good, and they're all practical, and they are disturbing. This is coming from someone who's not disturbed by this stuff, but this film, it was a little disturbing, I'll be honest. It actually has a pretty good job of setting things up and actually feeling scared for the characters, though I would say it gets a little duller near the second half of the film. Like the one girl he thinks is gonna be the main character, and she is for the most part. But then she kind of dies halfway through the film, and then it kind of I have less interest after that because like okay, she's dead. I don't really care about anyone else, so that's about it. The rest of the film is about her sister trying to find her, even though she's already dead. And at this point, we don't really care about the sister, and there's barely anyone else here. Okay, let's just get to the end. That's one of the biggest problems with me of this film, other than I guess it's a little disturbing, but that doesn't really bother me that much. I actually kind of find it interesting. And also, you don't really get to know a lot about this clown, or in the fact he kills people and he's like a mime clown. We don't know anything about his backstory, just an evil clown that might have some mythical properties I do not know. This film isn't the first with featured this character, but apparently it's the first of this franchise, and it doesn't matter about watching the previous one, so I guess I'm not going to watch those. But yeah, for this one, it's good. Very good at creating an atmosphere and getting good scares, and it's very gory. But if you're not really into any of that stuff, there's not a whole lot of narrative going on here, so I can't recommend this for everyone, and it can be pretty dark in some areas, so it's not for everyone, but I ended up enjoying it. But keep in mind, if you're scared of clowns, don't watch this movie. I'm not scared of clowns, but if you're very scared of clowns taking off someone's breasts and wearing them, then don't watch this either. But if you want a film where a creepy ass clown does some brutal shit to people, including sawing someone in half from the downside, not head side, then I'd recommend watching it. Though in my opinion, this film would have been much better if the one, I don't know her name, but the one main girl survived throughout most of the film trying to avoid this clown while also being injured would have been more interesting to me than her dying halfway through the film and swapping character with main protagonist. But that's just my opinion. It could have gone from a 7 to like an 8, in my opinion. One of the more shocking things about this killer clown is that at one point, he uses a gun! Apparently does this in future films. He's not afraid to use weapons. And I know, other than blades, and that's kind of shocking. A lot of serial killers don't use guns, but it makes sense. You know what's more dangerous than a gun? The answer is nothing. Please have better gun restriction laws in the US. Please. That's all I gotta say about Terrifier. I am planning to watch the second one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. It's a film that I half recommend and half don't recommend, depending on what your view tastes are. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.